So today I'm back out exploring, and I'm hoping to get to the top of this mountain because I've seen pegmatites up there on Google Earth. At least that's what I think they are. And I've found sunstone around the base of it, so I'm hoping at the top I might be able to come across some nicer material, or possibly even some other crystals like beryl or quartz, or who knows what could really form in those pegmatites up there. So yeah, it just has me curious, and I thought I might as well do some camping up there and see what I can find.
And I call it love, but I could be a fool, boys. And now I'm no one's king, and I ain't even cool. No, I ain't even cool. So let it go, and let it roll. Well, time it keeps ticking, there's another story told. One more before the show. Now I can sell a broken heart, but I can't sell my soul. No, I can't sell my soul. Dreaming this traveling around, you build all up just to tear back down. This leaving, this fleeing, this country affair. There's buildings over here and buildings over there. If we really went to heaven just to get through hell, then we did it for the stories we could tell. Then we did it for the stories we could tell. You let it go.
I'm starting to see a lot more boulders around here. You can see this one has some pegmatite on it. A little bit of the pink feldspar, but not much, which would be potassium feldspar, and there's the hematite or magnetite in there. So that's a good sign for sunstone. But yeah, I'm not really seeing too much gemmy stuff in here. Looks like mostly just quartz. That's gemmy in there. And then there's a couple other veins going through here that are mostly just quartz. But it's a good sign that there's hydrothermals around and it's still producing veins. But yeah, I'm hoping to get up to a little boulder field that's up there somewhere, I think anyways. It's above a little lake, so once I see that I know I'm in the right spot. But yeah, if I wanted to hike to the peak, I would have to hike a ridge around there, I think. But I kind of want to check out the inside bowl of this mountain, and looks like there's a lot of loose rock in there, so yeah, hopefully we'll get up there today and take a look around. Well, there's a nice little outcrop of rock right there. Hopefully there's a few little veins in it or something. And we're getting a bit closer to the peaks. There's a really nice view up here. Let's see, there's lakes down there and stuff. Hopefully once I get up to the top you'll be able to see everything from here. Even from that little peak over there, there's probably a really nice view. So yeah, I guess work my way up to that rock and see what's in there. There's lots of really nice blueberries and huckleberries in here too. It's actually quite nice. But yeah, I'm almost to that rock, just trying to get through this little patch of shrubs. Took a little slip there. The rock should be right over here somewhere. So I got up to that big rock now, but I'm not seeing too much in it. Like, there's a little vein going through here, but nothing big enough that you would be able to get any crystals out of it. And yeah, it's really covered in algae, so you can't really see anything through there. Just rock lichen and moss and stuff. But yeah, it doesn't really mean much. Still could change once you get a bit closer to the peak. And you can see right there, there's a really nice route to get up there. So yeah, I'll hike up there after this. But yeah, there's little cracks in the rock and stuff. I'm not really seeing many veins. There's another little skinny vein going through there. So I just come across this little piece with some pegmatite in it. See, there's some larger grain feldspar in there at least. But yeah, I'm not really seeing any adularescence or aventurescence, which means there's no moonstone or sunstone in this stuff. But it still doesn't really mean much. Well, here's a little bit of pegmatite. You can see there's a fairly decent sized feldspar crystal there. And yeah, it seems almost loose in there actually. Just a small little piece. It's kind of interesting. But yeah, not quite moonstone, but it does have the clarity in it. Just kind of cool. But yeah, that's a good sign. At least there's some larger crystallization going on. That's all just one big chunk of feldspar there too. So yeah, getting a little closer. Well, this piece actually does have a little bit of schiller and adularescence in it, like in some of the feldspar. It's really hard to show, but hopefully you can see that there, just above my thumb. But yeah, there's a little bit of hematite in there, so that's a good sign. It's not packed with it or anything, but still pretty happy with that. And there's some larger biotite mica in there. See if I could get that piece out. That looks kind of nice. Just hoping to gather some samples from all around here, really, just to see what I come across. But yeah, I'm hoping for the best, and maybe I'll come across something kind of nice. But yeah, I'll look through here and see what I can pull out of it. Well, there's some of the samples that I got. I might end up ditching these later, but yeah, all of these have some schiller in them, so that's kind of nice, and some of them have adularescence, so that's kind of cool. At least I found something up here. And yeah, hopefully we'll come across some even bigger and nicer crystals as we go farther, but not 100% sure on that. So yeah, I'll just take stuff as I go, and if I find nicer, I'll just ditch the less good stuff and just mark every single place that I find the sunstone, so that I could kind of see what kind of trends are going through here for pegmatites and that kind of stuff. But yeah, some nice little chunks in there. So I just come across this outcrop right here, and this is all pegmatite all along here. And in this little section, I'm seeing a little bit of signs of sunstone, and I just took a chip off here, and it actually looks pretty nice. It's not anything amazing, but it's definitely a decent chunk of sunstone. Let's see if I could get the flash in focus here. Hopefully you can see that there. There's a little bit of flash in there. But yeah, that's a fairly nice chunk there. Pretty happy with that. Hopefully as I continue, some of the schiller starts to get a bit bigger, because that's where you get into some really nice sunstone. But yeah, I'll keep on chipping at this little ledge here and see what else I could pull out of here. Yeah, that's the rest of that chunk. Some pretty nice schiller in there. Not bad at all. So I'm getting closer to the peaks. You can see there's a really nice view up here. And I just found a flat spot right here, so I'm gonna set up camp for the night. I just got this cheap Amazon tent. It's a Alps Mountaineering Lynx 1, but we're gonna see how well that works. Never really done this before, so yeah. Pretty nice up here though, like really nice views, and you can see up in the mountain there's pegmatites way up there, and there's a bunch of stringers going through the faces there, so yeah, there is good potential around here. Hopefully tomorrow we'll get up to some good exploring, but yeah, for tonight I'm gonna just set up camp here and call it good. Well, it's the next morning now, and I'm hoping to check out some boulder fields that are somewhere up in there. I was hoping to get up to the peaks, but I don't know if that's going to happen because I can't really see much of a way up. But yeah, I guess we'll take a look around up there and maybe we'll find a different way. And yeah, I'm just going to get packed up and start heading out. Quite an awesome view up here though. There's the ocean way out there, but you can't really see it underneath the fog, and down here there's some lakes and the river that goes through there, and I think that's another river valley that goes up there. So yeah, you can see almost everything up here. Just come across this pegmatite, and you can see this main vein right here is pretty thick. It's about 2 feet, and then there's other odd veins coming out here and there, but it doesn't look too gemmy. Like, it looks like there's been some kind of movement going through here. And down lower, I've noticed some of them almost turn into myelinite, and that's kind of what's going on here. So I don't think I'm gonna find any gemmy sunstone or anything like that, but yeah, haven't really looked at this one yet. Lots of them are covered in this rock lichen and that kind of stuff, so you can't really see it too well. But usually, if you find gemmy sunstones, it'll look really dark in the pegmatite, so yeah, but I'm not really seeing that here. This one looks a little bit gemmier, but not quite good enough. I'm sure there's a little bit of hematite in there, but I'm not really seeing much loose hematite in the veins either, so there wouldn't be anything any better than what I found anywhere else. What's going on here? It's a little bit gemmier, but nothing amazing. I might take a poke at that with a chisel in a second, just to get a look at what's underneath there, but yeah, lots of feldspar at least. That looks like a nice chunk there, and at least the crystals are getting bigger. So yeah, hopefully as we get towards the peaks, maybe there'll be some more gemmy stuff, but it really just depends on the pegmatite, I think. So yeah, I'm gonna take a poke at that little piece of feldspar and then keep on going. Those are some really nice sized feldspar crystals in there. You can see that K-spar there, and yeah, that looks really nice. Looks like it's getting a little bit gemmy down in here, so that's a good sign. And there's some really nice blueberries in here too. But yeah, I'll try chipping at this a little bit and see if I can get a few of those out. Take a closer look. That one might be nice right there, but yeah, I'm hoping for something gemmy out of this one. Just gave this one a couple taps with a hammer. Should pull right off. It's not looking like there's too much filler on the inside of this one. Wasn't really expecting it either, just was curious. But yeah, let's try and chip at some of the more gemmy pieces. Like this piece right here looks kind of promising. Got another big piece of feldspar about to come off here. Just gotta put the camera down. See if I can pry it out. Well, I'm not really seeing too much in the way of schiller or anything like that in this stuff. It's looking kind of just like plain case bar, a little bit more gemmy than the average, but no adulorescence or eventurescence. So yeah, I guess I'll move on to another pegmatite and see what else I can find. Well, I've been seeing lots of large pegmatites like this. This one's probably 2.5 feet thick. And I'm still not really seeing sunstone or anything. At least not big crystals of it. Just like little shards and stuff here and there. But I'm hoping I'll be able to find a pegmatite with whole crystals of feldspar that are entirely sunstone. So like some of these little sections here might have sunstone, like hematite inclusions, but it's not really big crystals of sunstone, it's just larger crystals of feldspar. But yeah, the feldspar crystals are getting really big, but I need them to be included with hematite, or for, I can't remember how moonstone forms. I think it's like a mixture of a couple different feldspars, but I don't remember which ones. This one probably has a little bit of sunstone at the top. But yeah, just huge crystals of feldspar. Not really terminated crystals, but just chunks of feldspar, really. Sometimes you get fooled by this quartz because it looks really gemmy, and it is, but it's not feldspar, so. But yeah, I'll just keep on looking at all these other pegmatites around here. I could see like a swarm of pegmatites up there, so there's all kinds of pegmatite laying below that. And yeah, hopefully we'll come across something nice in the next few boulders. So I just come across this pegmatite right here, just in a boulder, and underneath it I saw this piece right here, and you can see some fairly nice schiller in there. See if I could get a bit more wet. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see, but there is schiller in there. So I'll have to try and get that one out, but I started smacking at the top of it, and there's a few decent chunks that came out with some sunstone in them. Hopefully you can see the flash in that one. It's actually got some decent flash in that corner right above my thumb. And some of the crystals are a decent size in this boulder, so it might be worthwhile chipping a few of these out. But the main focus on this trip was just to explore and see where the sunstone was, so I could see a possible trend or something like that. But yeah, I'll try and get that one out and the rest of this one. That one looks pretty nice, so yeah, I'll get those out and move on again, I think. But yeah, that one looks like it has really nice schiller in it. I think that's the best sunstone that I've seen up here so far, but still doesn't have quite the flash that I'm looking for. Looking for something with a bit more larger of inclusions of the hematite, so. But it's still quite a great piece, and I'll be able to probably get a few cabs out of that one. But something with a bit larger inclusions would be nice. So, yeah, and there's a little bit of adulorescence in this one too, so that's kind of cool. And it's just cool to have gotten it from up here because I've never collected up here, so yeah, there's a huge pegmatite on that boulder. There's probably a bunch of others around, and I still got to get up to the boulder field that's up there, so yeah, I should probably get a move on before it gets too late. So I did a little bit more chipping at that boulder, I just couldn't help myself. And you could see, just on certain angles, you could see the schiller. And there's a lot of it in this little piece. It's both hematite and magnetite, which is pretty awesome. Usually I only find the hematite. And when you're finding more of the magnetite, I think it means that there was more iron in the mix. That's what I've heard anyways, if there's more magnetite. And the hematite slowly starts to come in as there becomes less iron, but I'm not 100% sure on that, so don't quote me, but yeah, I'm really happy with that one. Nice and gemmy, and lots of schiller. I guess I'll continue on and see what else I can find out here. Just found another nice little sunstone. It's actually got a decent size to it, but yeah, you can see it's really red in this part. And then I think these two might have a bit of schiller, but I don't think I'll be able to get those out. But this one looks nice and loose. So yeah, but I'm not really seeing much else in this one. It looks like just normal white and pink feldspar. But that one little section seems to be where the hematite all gathered and went into the feldspar. Maybe there's some along the bottom. No, I'm not really seeing much down there either. It all looks just like the white feldspar. But that one definitely has some schiller in it, so I'll try and pick that one out. Hopefully you can see that schiller in there. It's actually got quite a decent amount. Way better than the last one even. But this is really similar to the stuff I was finding at the bottom of the mountain, so I was hoping to find something a little bit different. But I'm happy with that. That's a really cool piece. Just pop this little one out. You can see it has some really nice adulorescence. and it came from right here. So yeah, kind of cool. It'll definitely make a nice little cab, but not really seeing too much else in this boulder. There's little sections where it tried to turn into some nice sunstone, but like, I mean, there's a little bit of schiller in it, but not really all that much. What I'm really looking for is just all the dark chunks of feldspar. And that means that it's at least gemmy. So this stuff here is looking kind of gemmy. Actually quite gemmy. Down in there. As long as that's not quartz, I'm not sure. But just looking for the darker feldspars in here. Like, they are looking kind of gemmy. So I might take a couple chips out of here and see what those are like. But yeah, I still got a long ways to go. There's boulders all along here, so I just don't want to spend too much time in one place. But yeah, we'll take a couple more chips out of here and see what it looks like. So I've been just hammering away at this rock for a while, and I'm finding some really nice gemmy stuff, and it's almost gem grade moonstone in some places, but I can't really get any large chunks out of it because I don't have the right equipment with me. So I'm gonna have to leave most of it. But I just peeled this big chunk off, and see if I can find it here. I just had it. There it is. You can see this piece here has some nice moonstone on that edge. It's got more of like a gray blue schiller. And then on this side, it's also got some adulorescence to it. It's so hard not to get overexposed here, but yeah, especially on a shiny surface like this. But there's some really nice blue and gray adulorescence in there. Hopefully you could kind of see it. But yeah, that's pretty awesome, and that's a good sized chunk too. I'll definitely be able to get a few cabs out of there. So, and there's a bit more coming out of this one down in there, and yeah, I'll definitely have to bring up some better equipment eventually, but that won't be for quite a while because I wouldn't be able to haul it in on my back. So I'll just have to keep on exploring around here and see if I can find anything that's really worthwhile getting some equipment choppered in or something. Just some hammer drills and feather and wedges really, but I just don't want to carry those by back all the way up here. So yeah, and you'd need a generator to fill up the batteries and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, but pretty awesome. Some nice moonstone. So yeah, I'm just gonna break up the rest of this, and then I'll probably move on to another boulder. See what else I can find in here. So here's that boulder field I wanted to check out. You can see all those boulders in there have pegmatite on them, which is pretty awesome, and there's stringers going all through the mountain. So yeah, lots to look at. So we'll see what we can find in here. I was checking out this creek on the way up and it didn't look all too promising, but it doesn't really mean too much. So yeah, I'm just gonna go and meander through those boulders and see what I could come across. Well, here's the first boulder that's worth noting in this boulder field. There's a nice chunk of sunstone there, and then some more down in here. I'm trying to keep out of my shadow. You can kind of see them there, hopefully. But yeah, there is some gemmy feldspar up here, which is a good sign. Well, I got that piece out of there, and it has some nice agilurescence to it, and a little bit of schiller. So I might be able to get a cab out of that, I'm not sure. It looks pretty fractured up, but still a pretty cool find. See what else we can find in here. Well, I've been up here for quite a while now, and there's not really too many great signs as I'm going up. That one boulder that I saw was about the best I've seen so far. But yeah, you can see it's been almost faulted in some places, and yeah, the feldspar isn't looking too gemmy. Like, it's looking kind of almost chalky. So it's kind of what it is. But I'll keep on climbing up through here until I get up to the top and take a different route down, and if I don't see much of anything, I think that might be it. So yeah, that small section of mountain with the gemmy moonstone, and not too far from there was that sunstone. I think that was the best I've seen so far. But we'll see. Hopefully we'll come across something nice in here. Can all change in a second, so yeah, you never know what you're gonna find. Well, I'm at the top of the boulder field now. You can see it all down there below me. I didn't really see too much in it. Like, most of the feldspar is looking really chalky, which isn't really a good sign. Like, there is some pink potassium feldspar and more of the white feldspars, but I'm not really seeing too much gemmy material, so it's not really a great sign for sunstone up here. There's some biotite and some clear quartz, but not really crystallizing out into crystals. Yeah, usually when you see this much pegmatite around, you'd assume there would be crystals, but like fully formed crystals, but I haven't really seen any pockets or anything like that in the pegmatites. Kind of sucks that it wasn't just full of sunstone up here, but at least I know what's up here now, and I'm kind of happy with what I found just over this way. So I think I'm gonna just climb my way down and see what else I could see. And if I don't see much, I might just start heading back tonight. Hopefully I'll have enough light. The sun's way up there, so I might. You never know. So yeah, super glad to have gotten up here though. Just really nice. Haven't seen any wildlife this trip, which is kind of surprising. Like, this is where I'd think I'd see the most, because there's berries everywhere and all kinds of stuff for them to eat. Yeah, I guess I'll start heading down there now. Well, at least that's something cool. There's a A little bit of a, I wouldn't call it a pocket, it's more where calcite formed and then now it's kind of disintegrating. And then it's left little quartz crystals in there. You can see that one almost looks like a rocket ship. And it's got some green inclusions in it, which is kind of neat. There's a little bit of clear quartz in here, but I don't think I could get it out in manageable enough pieces for cabbing. Maybe this piece right here, but that one's just too deep into the rock. But there's a lot of quartz in this boulder compared to the feldspars I'm finding. But yeah, I'd really like to find some more spots to collect clear quartz, because that stuff cabs up really nicely. See if I could make my way over here. I'm not really seeing any rare minerals in any of these pegmatites either. Like, it's all pretty common stuff. But yeah, the only thing interesting about sunstone is just how it forms. Like, because hematite is forming in between the layers of the feldspar, which is really uncommon. But yeah, it's made up of common minerals, really. So yeah. But if I was searching for more rare minerals, I would be looking for signs of beryllium or lithium and that kind of stuff. So yeah, not looking too promising for sunstone, at least. So yeah, I'll just climb down to my backpack and probably hike out of here while I still can. But yeah, there's some huge chunks of feldspar in here, at least. Well, I think that's going to be it for this one. Kind of sucks that we didn't find anything in this boulder field, but it's kind of the way it goes sometimes. So if you liked the video, feel free to comment, like, and subscribe. It would really help me out, and I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.